Welcome to the AutoLust YouTube channel, and if you're new here, I'm currently working on my 1200 horsepower capable BMW X6M, also known as Sasha. But today,
Perfect.
the reason I say capable is because most of the mods are already done, but the car is not tuned yet. So right now she sits at around 750 horsepower. But if I was to get her tuned as of now, this second, she could easily make 1200 horsepower. And she hasn't even had the inner chiller installed yet. But I want to apologize to all my F15, F16 guys, because I promised you that I would finish the X5 before I did the X6M. But today I'm gonna go over all the mods that I've done so far and what all I plan to do next to make this car just as fast as this one as it sits now. And this is a single turbo straight 6 engine, guys, so that's a lot of power for an N55 engine. So let's get her out.
A few moments later.
So we finally made it out here to one of the areas where I like to film. As I'm gonna show you, is pretty much not a lot of stuff out here at all. This was supposed to be a neighborhood, and I guess it just didn't happen. So it's a main road up front, but it's pretty quiet back here. You might get some people back here sometimes, so hopefully they don't come back here and aggravate me. But as always, all of the things I'm gonna tell you about this car is gonna have the link to the video with me installing it, or a actual link to the actual part, and the videos of me installing it will have the links in the description anyways. So if I have a video for it, you're gonna have it, so you guys can do everything that I've done to this car to yours, you know. Plus I'm gonna tell you all the things that I plan to do and that are in the works of being done once the other car is finished. So let's get to it. And please forgive me for the engine bay being filthy. As you can see, it's super filthy, and it just needs to be cleaned, you know. So, but let's get to it. First of all, I have a WAGNER intercooler. I don't know if you can see it, but there it is. That's my WAGNER intercooler, and the factory intercooler is about that size there. But the WAGNER is huge, and it's dual step, and it goes all the way up to this grill here. You can see the top of the WAGNER, and if I look through here, where it used to be a sticker on top, you know, that's a WAGNER intercooler, and this intercooler is about $1,000, you know. So I got it for 50% off from Extreme Powerhouse, but I would go with the VSRF, so that's what I'm gonna leave a link for, because it's pretty much the same intercooler but just way cheaper, you know. And the VSRF is about $4.99, so definitely go with that. Next on the list, I have an ER charge pipe and down pipe. As you can see, that's the ER charge pipe there, and you can't see the down pipe unless I have a lot of stuff off, but it's back there. I have the ER down pipe and charge pipe, and those two are also very expensive, you know, and I recommend the VSRF. At the time I bought these, the VSRF parts were out of stock, so that's why I had to go with the more expensive versions. But I'm glad I did, because, you know, I guess the word is the quality is a lot higher. But I mean, I would just go with the VSRF. Okay, next I have vibrant muffler and custom exhaust tips. As you heard that engine crank up in the beginning of this video, you know, you can definitely tell that this not the stock exhaust on the F15 35i. And these exhaust tips are like literally a godsend, because it's hard to get exhaust tips to fit this bumper when they're dual staggered. And I'm have the link for these in the video for these too, because they fit the bumper perfectly. And you will see the staggered exhaust tips I had on there first sticking out like a sore thumb. It was so ugly. I'm so glad I have these on here. Shout out to the welder Gabby at Liquid Metal Fusion who got that put together for me. So let's get to the next thing on the list. Next thing on the list is the diesel 35i intake. It's a dual intake. This car stock comes with a single intake runner here, air intake runner, and the diesel has a dual version. So you'll have a cap here, right here. Let me flip my hand around. And this side is capped off. This side lets you get more air. I don't know how much performance this is gonna make without actually having your car tuned or getting your car tuned, but it definitely feels good with the boot mod stage 2 tune that I have on this car, which I'm gonna get to soon. Yeah, but like I said, I apologize again. I've barely been driving the car. It's extremely filthy. You see most of the seals and stuff are like pushed out. I need to push them back in, and this car just extremely filthy and it needs a good cleaner. So let's get to the next mod. The next mod is the BMS oil filter cap. I'm gonna have the link for that. And this is a must-have. It supposedly helps oil stay cooler since it has like little cooling fans, but I don't know about all of that. But the factory one is plastic, and this oil gets extremely hot. So on and off, taking it on and off, and hot and cold heat cycles is gonna sooner or later crack that. So that's definitely something you want to change out. And the next one I have is well, these mods aren't even on it yet, but I'll tell you what I have. I have a FTP high flow turbo inlet, and to use that turbo inlet, you're gonna need this upper turbo inlet from the F10 35i, because it's rounded on the part where it connects to the lower turbo inlet, when on the F15 and F16 is kind of like an oval, you know, and they don't make a turbo inlet for the SUVs. But you know, that's something else I'm trying. I do a lot of custom stuff on this channel, as you can see from my X6M videos. I have the most highly modified X6M probably in the world. But yeah, I'm getting that done so we can get higher flow to the turbo, because there's no reason to upgrade a turbo on a car that you can't upgrade the turbo inlet. All you're doing is choking the new turbo out. So next I have, thank you Dent Pro Tony. I'm gonna have his link down in the description and the videos for this. I upgraded to a 6-piston caliper. This car actually stops better than my X6M. And this is a 6-piston here. It's huge brake caliper, and these front rotors are from a BMW 550i GT 2000, I think 14. Yeah, so I'm gonna have a link for the video of me installing these and unboxing those too. And now we're gonna talk about the mods that I plan to do, and that's the VARGAS CBC, which is the crank. It's like a crank hub brace. And it slips over, it fully encapsulates the crank bolt, and it stops it from backing out, so you don't have to worry about spinning the crank hub on your N55 or S55 engine. So I'm definitely gonna do that. Next mod is gonna be BMW M5 injectors. You know, it's a lot of companies. Well, I know Precision Raceworks sell upgraded 6 injectors for this truck, bigger injectors that flow more fuel, but the F10 M5 injectors are fit right in this engine, you know. So I'm gonna run with those injectors, but I am gonna run with Precision Raceworks big bore single fuel pump, and also their stage 3 low pressure fuel pump, which is in the tank. So the entire fueling system will be upgraded. Next mod I'm going to do is H&R lowering springs. As you can see how low my X6M is, how low Sasha is. She sits a lot lower than my X5. So I'm going to put H&R springs all the way around. And this car is an S drive. It's not an all-wheel drive vehicle, you know, so I'm going to need to use an X drive lowering spring to get it down, you know, which they on the website it say they never tested it on it, but it's a lot of people running it on their S-Drive cars. So I'm gonna run the H&R kit for the 35i X-Drive, and it'll fit right on the S-Drive car. All right, next I'm gonna do a pure stage 2 turbo with a Turbo Smart blow-off valve. I would do a big top mount turbo, you know, but I didn't want to have to build the engine, do rods and pistons in this engine like I did in my X6M. So I'm not gonna do the top mount turbo. I'm gonna do the drop-in pure stage 2, which makes a lot of power on the M55 if you have the right supporting mods. No turbo makes power on its own. It's everything you do together was gonna make power. And next I'm gonna do the Snow Performance direct injection. You know, I wish I could have did direct injection on my X6M, but I am spraying the methanol post intercooler. So I'm spraying it under the intercooler, so most of the mist and the charge don't get lost in the intercooler or turning the droplets in the intercooler. I'm spraying post intercooler right above the throttle body, so most of it gets directly in the engine. You know, but for this car, I'm definitely doing direct injection. I'm gonna have 6 nozzles spraying directly into each cylinder, because on the straight 6 engines, the last 3 cylinders always get starved, and if the tuning isn't right, even if the tune is right, you could detonate the engine, and that's the last thing you want. You know, so hopefully the build I have set for this car is an easy 650 wheel horsepower build, you know, but I'm not gonna do that, you know, because the engine itself should handle around 500 wheel, 550 wheel, and that's not bad at all, because it only comes 320 to the crank. So from 320 to the crank to 550 to the wheel, that's about 650, maybe a little more to the engine. That's a lot of power. That's doubling the power, you know. So, and then this car is gorgeous. You know, she's gorgeous. So yeah, for my F15 X5 guys, 35i guys who's been waiting on me to do more videos, you know, this just to catch you guys up, and the new subscribers, because I know y'all don't know what's going on with this car. This to catch everybody up on what I have going on with my X5. You know, it's a 2017 F15 35i X5, and I mean, it's gorgeous. My engine builder, he should be back Saturday. Today is, what's today? Let me flip this camera around. Today is, look, I'm getting, hey, I'm getting old, gang. I'm messing up the days. Today is Thursday. You know, I wanted to say Friday so bad, but it's Thursday. Y'all wish it was Friday. My engine builder will be back Saturday from Puerto Rico. You know, he's from Puerto Rico. He went to Puerto Rico to hang out during the holidays. So hopefully when he get back, he can tell me to go ahead and drop Sasha off so we can get that inner chiller installed. When I get that inner chiller installed, she's going right on the dyno, you know, to get that crazy kill mode tune. That's what we call in the stage 3 mode, kill mode tunes. You know, so like, share, and subscribe. Auto Lust out.